you had 2 factory bikes there, you had guys building your engines, you had 2 mechanics full-time, a crew chief. I mean, it was so nice. And nowadays, like I said, I don't know if I've been on a team that's been that, like, professional and had their shit together, just the amount of, like, work and effort that they put in, you know?
Resources too.
Yeah,
And I mean, buddies aren't the
resources.
same anymore either.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Do you think you would, if you got the opportunity now, would it be much better? Like, do you think you would have, like, if you took Jake Lewis right now and then you got a factory Yoshimura ride right now, like, would you be the same way you are today, or would you change to ride the bike again?
I would change to ride the bike again for sure. And back then, at 19, I just put too much pressure on myself, and I didn't realize exactly what I had and know the best way to go about communication. Like, that was the biggest thing for me, communication. I'd never rode a bike with such refined electronics and came in the pits and there's 5 guys asking me what the bike needs to do better. And I was professional for sure, but, like, I was so little back then, I was like 155 pounds. And when I lived with Raj, like, I didn't eat as much as I needed to. So, like, there would be races. Sometimes I would feel like I was getting sick, like, during the race and all that stuff. So I feel like now, if, I'm 10 years older now, but if I had the same bike and opportunity now, like, yeah, you would for sure, like, I would know what to do better and be more prepared. That's all it is, just experience.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that's just part of it. Do you think that there was a period where you kind of started to realize that, I don't know, I think when you, especially from a young age, when you start this whole thing, and I think probably all athletes that get to a high level feel the same, but you think you're supposed to get to a certain spot, and so you get so fixated on, like, that path to getting there that you don't think when you get there it's ever going to end, because it's like you kind of achieve that goal. It's like, well, that's, I worked to get there.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize that that wasn't the case? Like, that obviously you lost the ride, but what was it? What was your trajectory after you lost the ride? Like, where do you go to, if you already achieved your goal,
Yeah.
what's the next goal?
No, I mean, I was like 2016. I mean, most people know, I got hurt. It was just,
how did you get hurt?
Yeah, it was such a shitty deal. I mean, I don't dwell on it now, but for years I dwelled on it. But we had just spent 2.5 months out in California training, with Roger, Nikki, and that's where we always went in the winters. And I was in such good shape and, like, so fired up for my second year on the bike. I'd been going fast, matching Roger at winter testing, and felt good on the bike and all of that. And then back then, being sports was the TV thing, so Raj flew to Florida to do something, so I drove our stuff back in the van from California. It's like a 30-hour drive or whatever it is back to Kentucky. And I didn't do it nonstop, but I had, like, 4 hours of sleep, got home late, and then my buddy texted me the next morning, like, wanting to go moto, and I didn't even think anything about it, like, how tired my body was, or, like, when you drive and don't get that much sleep, like, how, like, not sharp my mind was. And I loaded up my stuff and went to the moto track and hit a kicker, panic revved, and landed right on my shoulder, broke my shoulder, and I think it was my wrist. And yeah, I mean, that was it. It was in, like, March, and then the season started in April, so, like, obviously I knew I was going to miss the first 2 rounds, but it just took me longer to recover than I expected. Like, the range of motion in my shoulder, I could sit upright and ride a dirt bike, but I couldn't get in a tuck. It was just too tight to get in a tuck, and it sucked watching Tony ride my bike and win, because I knew how good the bike was. Like, I thought I was going to be the one battling for podiums and battling for wins that year. And after 2 rounds, I think he had won 3 out of the 4 first races, and after that there was a little bit of a break. But I mean, what are you going to do if a guy that's winning a championship, and then you have me, a kid, trying to come back? It's like the budget and resources was too much to do 3 riders, and I unfortunately lost that spot. But it worked out good, because Pat Alexander and Suzuki took care of me, and I got moved to the M4 Suzuki team in 2016. Chris, was having some health issues, and retired, I think, halfway through the season, but I was still on the same Suzuki deal as like I was still on my Suzuki, contracted through Suzuki to ride for M4 for the next the next 2 seasons. So they did look after me. So like mentality, I didn't really, I didn't get in a dark spot or, I was bummed for sure, but like I didn't let it affect me that much. Like I rode stock 1,000 when 16 and that bike was really, really slow, but 17 they were coming out with a new bike. So for me, that was like the motivation to keep charging and keep going, because I knew in 2017 I was going to be on a good package again. I mean, even though I was a bummer losing the factory seat, but my goal was always all right, let's step back to this program and try to win races and get back to where I was.